Local Live. Our community celebrates Memorial Day. Mamaroneck Village Democrats endorsed Tom Murphy for mayor and Nora Lucas for trustee. Highlights from the county executive's interview last week. The Girl Scouts are raising money to support a new member. We'll tell you how you can help. Good evening, everyone. It's Thursday, June 1st. I'm Mike Witch. Welcome to the Local Live. We've got a lot in store for you tonight. Let's get started. Larchmont kicked off this year's Memorial Day events with a parade last Thursday, in spite of the rain. The local American Legion and VFW posts also held ceremonies. In the village of Mamaroneck, a Memorial Day parade on Tuesday was followed by a ceremony at the American Legion Post 90. As part of observations at the Kemper Memorial, a student sang in a ceremony earlier that day honoring fallen service members. In the United States, Memorial Day is considered to be a most solemn holiday, especially to the military, as all citizens remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice while serving their country. Last week, there were 4 Democrats vying for 2 seats in Mamaroneck Village government. This week, the party endorsed 2 of them, Tom Murphy for mayor and Nora Lucas for trustee. Mayoral hopeful John Hofstetter told the Mamaroneck Review that he won't run without party backing. Trustee candidate Dan Natchez, however, is still in the race at this time. Mayor Norman Rosenblum will not be running for re-election, the first time since 2010. Instead, he'll challenge incumbent Catherine Parker to represent the 7th District as a Westchester County legislator. Last week, Westchester County Executive Rob Astorino was our roundtable guest, live in our studio with Maura Carlin and Kat Galliano. They asked lots of questions, and so did several viewers. Hot topics were immigration, refugees, running for governor, and President Donald Trump. For example, Astorino had this to say about the Green Light New York Driving Together campaign.
Do you support the Green Light New York campaign, Driving Together?
Well, I'm not sure what that is.
What I believe is that the Green Light's supposed to give driver's license to undocumented immigrants in the county.
I probably would not.
Or in the state, I believe.
I probably would not, because there are a lot of issues there. I would have to see what the legislation is, but we have major issues with regard to insurance, liability, identification and background. All of these things would have to be completely and utterly vetted before I would agree to something like that.
When asked about refugees, the county executive said he was supportive, but on one condition.
I am absolutely in favor of immigration and also to take refugees, assuming, and they have to be vetted, a complete and utter vetting. President Obama's I think it was Homeland Security Director, said that they could not vet those coming from some of these areas in the world.
Asked if he would run for governor, Astorino gave this answer.
Are you going to run for governor?
I'm running for county executive. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. And I actually love this job. If I didn't love this job, I wouldn't run again. I wouldn't be here. I like this. I mean, these are challenging questions. That's good. I mean, people really should ask me these questions.
Are you considering running for governor?
Not now.
And finally, about President Trump, the county executive had this opinion.
Is there anything that the president is doing or has done that you do not agree with, any of his policies?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Look, just his tax proposal that he released the other day could be detrimental to our county, extraordinarily. I've spoken
not allowing the deductibility of state taxes.
That'll have a huge effect on us in Westchester County.
A Rhinex student was struck by an SUV last Friday morning. The Mamaroneck Daily Voice reported the 11-year-old was hit in front of 1310 Boston Post Road en route to his middle school. The extent of the injuries was not disclosed, though Mamaroneck Police Lieutenant Robert Koziak noted the child was conscious and alert while being transported to Westchester Medical Center for treatment. Sedona Tap House presented LMC TV with a check for $722, a dollar for each steak sold in the month of February as part of their Steak Out for charity. We're thankful to Sedona Tap House and the community for your support. LMC TV COO Matt Sullivan was on site to receive the check.
So here at Sedona Tap House, we had another successful Steak Out for charity event in February. We partnered up with LMC TV, a great partner, a great part of the community to help support and raise money for some of their programs. And we're just glad to be a part of the community and help them out.
And Bill, of course, I want to say on behalf of LMC TV, thank you to you and to Ron and all of your staff here at Sedona. You guys do a fantastic job. We were so happy to come in for the month of February as well as the month of January, which was great. So this has been a huge help to us and our organization in providing the community with all of the access and support and video work that we do. So a huge thank you to you guys. We really appreciate it. Look forward to working with you in the future.
I enjoyed several of those steaks. Stay where you are. Ian Sachs is next with the varsity sports highlights, and the Girl Scouts want your help so they can help. Stay tuned.
Did you know that if you missed the last government meeting, you can watch it on our website? Just go to lmctv.org, click on videos, then click on municipal meetings, scroll down to find the meeting you want, or use the search function in the upper right corner and type in the name or date of the meeting. Then watch. You can see the full agenda and jump to a specific agenda item. It's all a click away at lmctv.org.
Welcome back to the Local Live. I'm Ian Sachs. The Section 1 playoffs continued this past week, and the #1 seeded Rhinebeck softball team hosted a sectional semifinal matchup against the 5th seeded Putnam Valley Tigers. This one had classic written all over it. Let's go to the highlights. Bottom of the second, Alicia Rodriguez on second with 1 out in a scoreless game, and Jamie Straza at the plate puts one up the middle into center field, scoring Rodriguez and giving the Panthers the early 1-0 lead. But Putnam Valley responds big time in the top of the third. Runners on second and third with 2 out. Alex Waters gets just enough to float one over second and score both runners for the Tigers to take a 2-1 lead. They weren't done yet. The next batter, Emma Logden, who hits a solid single to center, plates Waters and makes it 3-1. Bottom of the inning, Rhinebeck says we can rally with 2 outs too. After a Rodriguez single, Alexa Garcia bloops one down the right field line. Rodriguez scores all the way from first to cut the Panthers' deficit to 3-2. On to the top of the fourth now. 2 outs and Putnam Valley with 2 runners on. Sam Yanuzzi shows off the cannon to nail Emily McKenna, trying to steal third, ending the inning. Let's move ahead to the bottom of the 5th. Rodriguez is on base again for Alexa Garcia, who puts it down the left field line this time, and the Panthers tie the game at 3. Bottom of the 6th now, runners on second and third and 2 out for Alana Prudian. Her grounder hops through the infield, scoring Olivia Dunn and giving Rhinebeck a 4-3 lead. But Putnam Valley won't quit. They have 2 on and 2 out in the top of the 7th when Dunn gets Jessica Pierce to pop one outside of first. Rodriguez fittingly squeezes the final out to send the Panthers to the Section 1 final. Rhinebeck would run into the juggernaut named the Valhalla Vikings and fell 11-0 in the final, bringing their season to a close with 20 wins and just 3 losses. Mamaroneck softball team, meanwhile, dropped a sectional semifinal in the AA bracket to Yorktown after upsetting a highly rated John Jay East Fishkill team in the quarterfinal round. Both the boys and girls lacrosse teams at Mamaroneck advanced to the sectional semifinals in Class A, but were unable to make it to the title game. The Rhinebeck baseball team won a 10-inning thriller in the first round against Blindbrook before dropping a quarterfinal to Putnam Valley. And finally, Mamaroneck's baseball team had a tough draw in the first round against Suffern and was sent packing by a final of 6-3. That'll do it for this year's athletic coverage. Once again, I'm Ian Sachs, and we'll see you in the fall with more sports. But before then, stay tuned for more community stories.
Thank you, Ian. Don't you just love him? Earlier this week, a Girl Scout leader and the mother of a Scout told me about Walk and Roll, an upcoming event that you need to know about. I'd like to welcome Polly Vanderwood and Pat Allen. And we're here to talk about, or you're here to talk about, a special Girl Scout project on June 7th, and also to meet your lovely daughter, Olivia, for whom this event is being organized. Can you tell us, Pat, about the Walk and Roll?
Sure. Walk and Roll is an event on June 7th at the Sarah Newman Nursing Home, beginning at 4 p.m., going till 5:30. And it's like a walkathon, but a little bit different than your traditional walkathon, hence the name Walk and Roll. That we will have Girl Scouts who are buddied up with elders, with seniors from Sarah Newman, who will be walking and rolling in wheelchairs, rollators, various devices, along a short track with the intent of raising money to fund the construction of a handicap ramp at the Larchmont Girl Scout House, which is actually very close to Sarah Newman. And the real impetus for this was that we have a new Daisy Girl Scout. She's in kindergarten. Her name is Olivia, and she is confined to a wheelchair. And we hold many different Girl Scouting events throughout the year at the Larchmont Girl Scout House. And we really want to welcome Olivia to all of these events. But we need a ramp in order to do that. And we'd also like to make our bathroom handicap accessible as well. So this is a fundraiser to help us along that way.
And Polly, as Olivia's mom, can you introduce us to Olivia?
Absolutely. So my daughter Olivia is 6 years old. She's a student at the Jesse Kaplan BOCES program, and she's a proud member of Troop 2997, a Daisy Girl Scout troop here in Larchmont. Olivia has a diagnosis of Aicardi syndrome, which she was born with, and that means she has some significant disabilities. She's in a wheelchair and she's nonverbal. And as you might imagine, it's really challenging as a parent to find activities that are inclusive for someone like my daughter. And so it was a real gift in the fall of this past year when one of the troop leaders reached out and said, hey, would Olivia really, we would really like Olivia to be in the Daisy Girl Scout troop. And that just has been a huge gift for Olivia and for our family. It gets her out in the community with her peers, and she's just had a great time participating, not only in the troop events, but some of the special events like the father-daughter dance and the Halloween costume. And so it just has been really an awesome experience for her to be a part of that.
Honestly, she hasn't been able to participate in all the events because some of them are in the Girl Scout house.
Correct. Yes.
And she can't get up into that house.
Correct.
Thus the need for the ramp.
Yeah, her wheelchair weighs 78 pounds without her in it, so I can't muscle it up into the house on my own. But in addition to welcoming Olivia, I mean, we hope that it will make the Girl Scout house more welcoming to other members of the community, in particular partnering with the Sarah Newman, I think Sarah Newman Home and the residents there. We hope to have other events with the elders at the Girl Scout house. So while I think Olivia's been the inspiration for the project and the community rallying around it, we hope it extends beyond Olivia as well.
Well, how can people participate? How can they help make this a big success? Pat?
Well, people can come to the Walk and Roll event. It will be a very fun event with music, lots of Girl Scout cookies, and we encourage the public to attend. If you can't make it but would like to sponsor a Girl Scout to walk, that's an option. We also have the availability of making a donation online or sending a check. We also have a silent auction for 4 fabulous Mets tickets at this event, as well as a signed Cespedes baseball. So if you're interested in making a bid on those, I'd be happy to hear from you as well. So
and we should give people the website and a phone number.
Sure.
Can you do that, please?
The website, it's actually not that one. It's girlscoutshh.org, and if you click support and then donate, you can make a donation there. Yes, there it is. But just to clarify, in the comments section, you need to put in Larchmont Ramp in order for that donation to come to us. And don't be thrown off by the numbers you see there. Those are the donation numbers for our entire Girl Scout Council. That's 7 counties. This just happens to be the website that we are able to use in order to make your donations tax deductible. So as long as you put Larchmont Ramp, the money will come to this project.
Do you know, have other Girl Scout units done anything like this as far as a fundraiser for special needs people, members?
I'm not aware of it. I think there are a couple of other areas of Girl Scouting where they have a facility and they've had a need to make it handicap accessible. And they've had spaghetti dinners and various things to try to raise money for it. I think this is an unusual and a very special type of fundraiser because the idea of making strides towards accessibility is so important for Sarah Newman as well as now for the Girl Scouts. And so it's just a wonderful partnership. And as Polly said, we're really hoping that with making the Girl Scout House handicap accessible, that we can not only welcome Olivia, but other girls with handicaps. We can have programs with other people with disabilities, with senior citizens, with veterans. It just opens up a whole world to us of options for programming and welcoming people into our Girl Scout facility that we're really looking forward to.
I'll bet you that some people who live in the community don't know where the Girl Scout house is.
That's probably true. It's on Harmon Drive. With 90 Harmon Drive. It's sandwiched right in between the Metro North Railway and Route 95. It actually used to be a train station. It was the Larchmont Gardens train station for the New York, Westchester, Boston Railway. It was built in 1925, and the Girl Scouts have been using it since 1938. So we've been there a long time. We have a long history in that house.
And in those days, there were no ramps that were usually built onto these structures, so it's about time.
That's right. That's right. It is about time. We are bound and determined to make this happen. I honestly say this is one of the most exciting projects I've ever worked on with Girl Scouting. I'm just, just means the world to me to see how much community support there has been around this. It's just been fabulous.
And you wanted to mention a few of our
sponsors for the event. In addition to the New Jewish Home, Sarah Newman, who is really underwriting this event and giving us the location for it. Also Houlihan Lawrence and the Junior League Westchester on the Sound are sponsors for this event as well. So yeah, it's just been fabulous.
Okay, so again, this is
to the event.
Walk and Roll on June 7th at 4 o'clock at Sarah Newman, which is on Palmer at the corner of Rockland.
Yep, and rain date is June 8th in case we happen to get rain.
Okay, well, let's hope for perfect weather.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you both for coming on and giving us this information. I wish you well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Then LMC TV's filmmaking workshop is just for them. Teens work together to write, direct, act, and edit their own films. It's a full filmmaking experience you won't get anywhere else. We offer 2 workshops with limited space, so sign them up today for a fun, enriching experience. LMC TV, your filmmaking community connection.
Peanut Butter is a young tabby cat who loves to look out windows. He gets along well with other cats and is very sweet, but he's also very independent. Can't you just see this nosy feline perched on your windowsill? And Seg is a warm-hearted 6-year-old German Shepherd. He's a people person. He loves human companionship, and he works well with other animals. Take him home and let him be your warm hug at the end of the day. For more information about Peanut Butter or Seg, or to adopt any of these adorable pets, please visit ny-petrescue.org. We're looking for donations to support some journalism initiatives. Making an online donation is easy. Go to lmctv.org, click on the donate button in the upper right corner. Your donation will help, and we really appreciate it. And we always welcome new volunteers and interns. We'd love to hear from you. Send an email to the local live at lmctv.org. Join our crew. Thank you so much for watching our show. That's all for tonight. I'm Mike Witch. See you next week for another episode of The Local Live.